Coach Chinedu here. Well, it's a couple minutes past 5 p.m. and the conversation we're supposed to have for the previous hour is activated in this one. It is that the EFCC states that it intends to partner with Interpol for investigation into the activities of CBEX. An investigation has been launched into the alleged 1.3 trillion naira fraud perpetrated through a digital investment platform, crypto bank exchange, CBEX. The company, operated by a group of foreign nationals in collaboration with their Nigerian partners, reportedly collapsed on Monday, leaving thousands of investors stranded and unable to access their funds. The FCC spokesman, Dele Oyewale, confirmed that the commission would collaborate with Interpol to investigate the incident. And Mr. Oyewale stated that the agency had already begun investigating CBEX before its collapse. As you can tell, there are countless questions. But Mr. Dele Oyewale is on the phone, and he joins me. Good day, Mr. Oyewale. Thank you for making the time.
Yes, thank you for having me on the program. Good evening.
Good evening. It's always a pleasure. Now, on this investigation, the EFCC is collaborating with Interpol, and we've heard that the CBN is also involved in some way, shape, or form. Is this a different ball game? Would this investigation be easier or more difficult owing to this collaboration?
Well, every investigation is unique to the extent of the subject that is being investigated.
Okay.
International collaboration, there are a lot of issues, jurisdiction issue, legal framework that may be different, and quite a number of other considerations. But because of our long-time relationship, synergy that we have built over time, the investigation is not expected to have any complication.
Okay.
It's just a matter of asking our international partners. It may not be Interpol alone. Any jurisdiction where any of these actors or operators of the investment scheme, where we can locate them. All we need to do is just to ask for the normal law enforcement man-hunt for them.
Okay.
And for us to get what we desire them to do. So I think it's not likely to be too complex, owing to the fact that we are also lending the same support, the same help for them here whenever they ask us to do something for them. So we are expecting that it's going to be a smooth sailing investigation all the way.
Okay, so partners in progress. Now, the good news, which I'm excited about, and we took this in our 4 p.m. news, is that the statement credited to you claims that the individuals who invested in CBEX will get their money back. And you said this is because the EFCC had been tracking CBEX before the collapse. Please tell us about that, because I'm excited about that news.
You see, what I actually said, and which should be expected from an anti-corruption agency like the EFCC, is that we are going to do the normal thorough investigation that we are known for, and all the people that are involved are going to ensure that depositors, no matter how long it takes, they get back their money.
Okay.
And I did say that it might not be in the short term. It might not be a press button thing that tomorrow people will come to be converging in our offices. Where is our money? Where is our money? No. What we are saying is that we are going to crack all of the hiding places of these people, and we are also going to ensure that whatever they have digested, they will vomit.
Okay.
So
All right.
And of course, the trickle down effect will be that whatever money that we're able to recover, people that have legitimate claims, then the commission will see how we can work with other regulatory agencies to see that justice is done.
Now let's talk about regulations, because this was an important concern raised yesterday. And every time a scam or a Ponzi scheme or a platform crashes and it is accused of being a fraud, people always say that those platforms showed some documentation from the SEC. That's what they claim every time. I remember when NBA Forex happened too. That same narrative was peddled by investors. Now, the question is, how can Nigerians be safe if these platforms seem to have some regulatory backing? They seem to have the documentation required of financial platforms that are legit.
Yeah, you see, I think I need to make this clarification. Every entity, every business concern has a right to apply to the Special Control Unit against money laundering.
Okay.
Or they have the right, to apply to SCUMA and say, okay, we need to register, we want to do business. It's normal. They have a right to do that as long as they have corporate affairs commission registration. But you see, what the SCUMA, which is a unit of the EFCC, what SCUMA does is to register, is to ensure that the designated non-financial institutions, businesses and professions, they are registered. But SCUMA does not regulate businesses. The Securities and Exchange Commission has the responsibility of regulating businesses and monitoring them. So people need to have that understanding. If SCUMA registers a business entity for business, what we have found out is that most times these people will come up with a name and they will say, okay, this is the term of reference, this is the type of business we want to be doing. But along the line, they normally fear of what they have claimed, what they brought to the table, what they asked SCUMA to register them for. But it is the responsibility of the Securities and Exchange Commission to ensure that businesses are monitored. I think there is need for that public education.
Yeah. So
our own is our mandate does not allow us to say, okay, we will be regulating. No. No, we will register you. The appropriate regulatory agency will do their job. If there is a financial crime anywhere, we go after it. So the EFCC has done its own job, and now that we have suspected that some fraudulent financial activities have taken place, we are already going after them, which is according to in line with our mandate. So it is wrong for anybody to say that EFCC is not regulating them, EFCC is not monitoring them. No, we don't have such mandate. We don't have such mandate. We cannot be breaking down businesses and say this is what. No. Our mandate does not allow us to do that. And so the appropriate and the requisite regulatory agencies should be contacted to know what has been done in the area of regulation, in the area of monitoring, to ensure that they give account about what may have happened.
Okay. So the commission said that it had been monitoring CBEX before the collapse. It also said a couple of other businesses were, under the watch of the EFCC. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
Yes. Okay. So you said you had been investigating CBEX before the collapse, and some other businesses were also under the watch of the commission. Is there a list published somewhere? Because now people are concerned, saying, okay, yes, EFCC did say this. Please let us look out for those that may not have collapsed yet, so that we can also be careful as well.
And we came out with a list March 11 this year, 58 companies that we publicly disclose and declare that these ones are not registered, they have no authority, they have no mandate to do this kind of business. We publish the names.
Okay.
It's there. So the names are there even before this event. We have alerted the public about all of these entities and we came out with their names.
Okay, I would try to get that report. I think we, as a media establishment, will try to repost it so that people can.
Yeah, so that in the interest of the public.
Yeah, can start looking out for that. Now, Mr. Oyewale, your collaboration with the Interpol, of course, it did not start today. There's an interesting situation, of course, the one involving the CBN, and they are helping the EFCC to hunt for some CBN staff members that forged the signature of the former President Buhari to withdraw $6 million. Now, I'm asking this question not as a journalist, but as a Nigerian. How were CBN staff members able to forge Buhari's signature to withdraw that amount, and then he was successful?
This matter is before the court. It's a matter that is before the court. And when the matter is before the court, we all know that it is sub judice to talk anything about it. It's a matter that's before the court. So let the court come up with its adjudication. It's not a matter that we'll be discussing it before the court.
Okay. Hopefully it makes its way out of the court and there's a ruling. Now, moving forward, what should Nigerians look out for before investing in financial platforms? I know that with your experience, there have been many reports and many cases, and there should be a pattern. If the next person wants to invest, what should that company have? What should they look out for?
Well, there are a number of failures. Number one, normally for every business entity, the declaration of profit is usually on a quarterly or annual basis, or maybe biennial basis. For a business entity to say that if you invest this so amount of money, we are going to give you return 15 days, 30 days, you and I know that is not in line with standard global practice, especially concerning investment. So whenever anyone comes forward to say that, okay, we are going to give you this, we are going to give you this at a very short time, no high returns on investment at a short time is suspect. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, how the type of a return on investment that is promised investor will determine whether such entity is authentic or not.
Okay.
Now, the prevailing interest rate in Nigeria is 27.5. Now, if someone now says that if you give your money to me, I am going to give you 100%. Though, that is not realistic. How will you give me 100% when even the prevailing interest rate is 27.5? That is the rate at which money is lent and the rate at which you are supposed to get returns from whatever thing that you are putting. So, when there is a promise of high return on investment, then it's a red flag. Now, beyond that, there are legal frameworks that every entity comply with. Now, if you are dealing with a business entity that is not complying with some legal framework like the Money Laundering, Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022, the Process of Crime Act 2022, the Terrorist Financial Act 2022, you find out that you do your due diligence and you find that these people are not complying with all of these things, a red flag. And of course, if you look at an entity that is enjoying crowd or a kind of a more patronage, everybody is doing it. It's a red flag.
Okay.
So people need to do due diligence about the type of return on investment, about the time of return, the period that is promised them, about some legal framework, about the patronage. They must interrogate the kind of patronage that any business entity is enjoying.
Yeah.
If it is a mob patronage, it's a red flag because you need to sit down and really ask some very important fundamental questions.
Okay.
Now, but you find out that because of the issue of greed, people normally suspend all of these basic things that they need to find out because of greed.
Okay.
You understand? Because of greed.
Yes, indeed, I do understand. We have a break coming up now. And after that break, if you have questions for the EFCC spokesperson, you'd be very much allowed to ask those questions. After the break, we keep talking. Please stay with us. 0.3 Nigeria Info, Sam Oracle Chinedu here. And I believe I still have Mr. Oyewale on the phone. You're welcome once again, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
All right. Okay, so straight to the point. We're running out of time. If you have any questions for the EFCC spokesperson, please send them to our WhatsApp, 080-903-06416. And you can call 0817-923-0002. I'll be taking just a few calls as we're running out of time. Taylor Harry Ipalibo says, I congratulate the efforts of the EFCC for their giant strides to investigate and for giving assurance to those people involved in depositing their money in that organization. For the EFCC to have given succor to the depositors, I hail them as a law enforcement agency. Okay, thank you very much. And this comment reads, Sam, please ask him what happened to the investigations on MBA Forex that crashed years ago. Has the investigation been concluded? Is it still ongoing? Otis from Port Harcourt is asking. Mr. Oyewale, did you get the question?
Yes, MBA, we are in court. This MBA scheme thing, we are in court against. The promoter of the MBA Forex, whatever. He ran away. We declared him wanted. We are seeing on demand all for him, but we are in court. We are waiting for a judgment. The moment the court says that all of the whatever judgment the court comes with, the commission will, the public will know. So we are in court. It's not as if we are not doing anything about it. I remember that I was in Port Harcourt when this MBA thing started. So it's something that I'm familiar with, and I know that we are in court.
Okay. This one says, Sam, you are excited that investors will get their money back. Did you put money? No, I did not. Please, I'm just excited that people will get their money back. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. What's your name?
Good evening. My name is Vincent from Oyewale.
All right, Vincent, ask your question.
Okay, I have a question for the gentleman.
Okay.
I listened to the program, and there were some red flags he highlighted. And one of these red flags is all these investment promising.
Vincent, I'm struggling to hear you. Can you speak up, please?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, you said he highlighted some red flags.
Yes, he highlighted some red flags with all these wonder investments.
Okay.
And one of the red flags there is all these people promising 100% return of investment.
High returns, yeah.
Yeah, high return of investment. But my question is this CBEX, because I've gone through their profile, and I saw that they promised clients or their investors 100% of investment.
Yeah.
I don't know why did the EFCC then allow them? Did they even issue an operational license to them, or why did they allow them to operate when knowing that all these things are wonder banks or people with all the experience we've had with MMM and all these wonder investments?
Okay.
Why did they go ahead and allow them to operate? Because I heard they have operational license.
Okay, why did the EFCC allow them operate?
So that's just my question.
Okay, I'll take a few more calls, but I know that he had responded to this, talking about their jurisdiction and mandate. Darlington and Obed, you're the only other calls I'll take very quickly. Hello, Darlington.
Oh, thank you, Sam Oracle.
Please straight to the point.
A nice one to your guest. It's done beautifully well. But here's my question. If I can still remember vividly, I think it's a one-time president of this nation said, if there is civil unrest, if it persists for 24 hours in a nation, then the government stands is in it. But this is where I'm going to. The American government is citizens. They protect their citizens to the point that was the people that are acting, they act outside the confines of America. For example, these Yahoo guys that we're talking about, they are acting here in Nigeria.
Okay.
And was perpetuating the American citizens. But yes, there are still some stringent measures that are put in place. But in Nigeria, you find out that these things come to stay, and they carry out their nefarious acts and go scot-free.
Okay.
It's when they're gone that we'll now start talking about taking measures to refund the money back. What are those measures we are supposed to take to prevent it?
Okay.
Don't you think that there are some persons in government that their hands are in it? That's
Okay.
the way it is.
Okay, thank you very much. And Obed from NTA, please go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Sam.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sam, I think EFCC, they are failing on their job, I must tell you. If EFCC was working hand in hand with the Security and Exchange Commission, this kind of thing wouldn't have happening. You understand? Because they would have known if truly the company CBEX were duly registered with Security and Exchange Commission. You understand? If they dissipate the energy they use to track all these boys, where they call Yahoo, breaking into their house unlawfully, dissipate such energy, we wouldn't have having something like this. You understand? So I think they should do more. Not to channel their friends on innocent boys who are into coding. They just assume that they are Yahoo boys. They started chasing them here and there.
Okay.
Even some politicians that are alleged to have stolen, they not talk about it. They keep news over it, but they dissipate their energy. If they have done their job well, I think this kind of thing won't have occurred again.
Okay, Obed, thank you very much. We have exactly 5 minutes. The show wraps up at 5:45. Mr. Oyewale, I took 3 calls. The first one asked, why did the EFCC allow those businesses to operate? I know you said something earlier. The second one says criminals perpetuate their crimes in Nigeria and go free. Preventive measures he was asking about, and he said, is it possible, or I think he was suggesting it's very likely, that highly placed individuals are involved, influential persons help this to continue? And of course, the last person talked about the need for EFCC to do more, where, when it comes to politicians, they're not as agile, but when it comes to Yahoo boys. So those are the 3 questions.
The almighty status that the public is ascribing to the EFCC is understandable because the Commission has shown itself to be very effective and to be very functional. That is why people will want the EFCC to do everything, even if it does not fall within the purview of its mandate. How can anybody say that? Why would EFCC allow such businesses to operate? That's not our job. It's not. We don't have such mandate. Our job is to tackle all cases of economic and financial crimes and to do our best to ensure that criminals outside our mandate to be regulating business. No, we cannot do what we are not lawfully empowered to do. Agencies of government that should do that, I think the public should ask them how far they have gone. It is not for us to be doing for people to say, okay, every single thing that happened, what has the EFCC done? If a wife is angry with her husband, why is the EFCC not appeasing the wife? They want the EFCC to do everything. But we have our mandate, we have our area of jurisdiction, and we cannot operate outside of the mandate that the law, as assigned to us. So that is by the way.
Okay.
Concerning the fact that where criminals are not being tackled effectively, they are not being, it still boils down to the fact that don't forget that the EFCC cannot be the accuser and the judge in his own case. Whenever a matter is referred to the courts, the judiciary takes over. So what the judiciary is supposed to do, we should not expect the EFCC to. The EFCC cannot say, okay, because you have committed this offense, yes, we are issuing a fiat. Go and spend 24 years in jail. No, we don't have such power. Our own is to investigate, to prosecute. It is left for the judiciary to adjudicate. So I think the public needs to know the limit of our power. And for our brother that is saying that if the EFCC had acted properly, this Ponzi scheme issue would not. No, the EFCC has actually acted properly. We gave an advisory. 58 companies that we know that they're operating, outside of their area of registration. We alerted the public: don't patronize this, don't patronize this, don't patronize this. Just to ensure that people don't waste their money on ventures that will not yield any dividend. So I think the public needs to understand that as a commission, we are operating within the ambit of our jurisdiction, and we are effectively doing so. And that this one that we are tackling now, it is because there are proven cases of financial crime that we have to go after. And we cannot say that, because people have not complied with all of our advice. No. We will do our job. And when we are done with our investigation and all of that, the public will be made to know. So I think we should be fair to the commission about what the commission is doing, and we should also join hands together so that together, you are saying this, members of the public that are patronizing them, how many of them have reported to any of the regulatory agencies to say that we are suspecting that these people are not who the law, their registration document, as is making them to seem. It is when there is crisis that will not be linked here and there. We all have a responsibility to ensure that financial crimes are not allowed.
Okay.
We have a responsibility to even allow security agencies.
Oh, we are out of time,
That is the way to go. And that is the way I think we all should go to address this issue.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Oyewale, for your time. It's always a pleasure doing this with you. We truly appreciate it. Hopefully, if we have any other reason to engage, I'm sure I would reach out. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful day. Well, there you have it. If we are to go by what the EFCC has said, I'm guessing the CBEX investors will get their monies back. He said it will not be as prompt as you might expect, and people should not come to the doors of the EFCC asking, where is our money? But it is what it is. Thanks for being a part of this. The program comes up now, and the news happens at 6. Stay with us.